Bam, we're live. Good morning. Came in my studio this morning. Everything was off. Power must have gone off yesterday. Thought I was going to be late. I lost the DM war. I can't keep up. I tried for so long. And the last 3 days, it's just, I lost. I wonder if I'll ever catch back up again. 3-4 years of just answering every single DM or trying to. Now I lost. I can't do it. I tried. It was fun. I was enjoying it. It was good. Now it's turned into just fucking chaos in there. I think it takes hours every day. Oh, my mic's not on. Thank you. Good. Everything got rebooted this morning. I'm glad someone cares. Let me see. Audio. Thank you. Oh, Nelly, there is no. There we go. Better for everyone. There we go. Let's make it more complicated. Hey, Jessica.
Hi.
Oh,
How's
your
it
audio
going?
is great.
Is
Your
mine
audio is
good?
amazing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, crazy good.
Okay, cool. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Do you have a microphone or that's just
No, I'm just on my computer.
Oh, let me ask someone in the chat. Hey, how's my mic? Is my shit on? My power went off and I came in here this morning. Everything had to reboot. Everyone hear us? Oh, better now. Okay, good. Hi-fi. Yo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm stoked. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, you're okay.
Mhm.
I thought for some reason after looking at your Instagram last night, I thought maybe you were really young for a second.
Everyone thinks I'm much younger than 26.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was
I'm
like,
26.
is she
How old
only
did you think I was?
For a second, I mean, I wasn't doing the math so good last night, but I was looking at the Instagram and then I was trying to follow. I'm like, is she only 22?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, 22 is like a baby. 26
Yeah.
is still kind of like a baby.
Kinda. I feel like I'm getting old.
How long have you been doing CrossFit?
I started doing it when I was in college. I was probably 20, I think, maybe around there. So probably like 6 years or so.
This is the very first photo I could find of you doing CrossFit.
Oh no.
Is this it?
Oh yeah, that was when I started in college.
So how and this is in 2019. Is this at an affiliate?
Yes, that's an affiliate. That was just like during a class.
And how is this really early on?
Yeah, that was like I think that was within like the first couple months of me doing CrossFit, if I had to guess.
And why would you leave campus? Like, you know, what college did you go to?
I went to Ohio State.
Yeah, you have everything there. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I had never left campus. I was like, I'm using all their shit. And then so how did you end up at a CrossFit gym?
So when I did gymnastics for 18 years, and my coaches all did CrossFit, and they used to tell me that I would be pretty good at it. So I remember like when I did gymnastics, I went and did Murph with them one time, and that was like the first time I experienced CrossFit, I guess. And then when I was in college, I had absolutely no idea what to do in like a normal gym. So when I went in there, it was so crowded too, especially at Ohio State. It was just like a very crowded gym. I didn't like it. And I also didn't know what to do. So I had CrossFit in the back of my mind. So I went out and tried this gym. It was really only like 5 minutes away from campus, so it was close. And there was like college students there and stuff. So I decided to do that. I also just liked classes, like class setting workouts better. And yeah, I went there and I really liked it. So I just kept going.
And you went solo?
Yeah, I did.
18 years of this?
I did, yeah. Quite some time.
Yeah, that's really hardcore.
Wow, you're deep down into my Instagram.
I went through it all. I went through it all. To
Yeah.
like baby pictures.
I know, wow.
How old were you when you started this?
I think I started when I was like 3.
And went to your 21.
Yeah, I did it for a while.
And that's all your formative years.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And this happened in Ohio also?
Yep, I lived in Cleveland my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I've been to Cleveland. My family's from Cleveland on my mom's side.
Oh, really? Where in Cleveland?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's just Cleveland. Hey, do you know, there's a lot of Armenians there. You know any Armenians?
I don't think so. I
No?
don't know, probably.
Tell me about that. Do you know why your parents put you in gymnastics at 3?
Um, I feel like it's just, like, the basic story. I had a lot of energy. I enjoyed flipping, and I don't know, there was just a gym by our house, so they signed me up, and I liked it, but I also asked my mom to quit when I was younger. I didn't like it as much when I was younger, but once I got maybe, like, 7th or 8th grade, I started enjoying it a lot more.
And
So
were you in the same program the entire time? Same gymnastics
yeah, I
academy?
went to the same gym the whole time, yeah.
And that's pretty lucky that you stayed there so long that your parents found you a good one
Yeah.
because there's a lot of I mean, I don't know about there, but there's a lot of shitty gymnastics academies, or they're just like recreational, or you might send your kid there for 5 years and then realize, "Oh shit, my kid learned in 5 years what other places where kids are
Yeah.
learning that stuff in 1 year."
Yeah, there's a lot of gyms that aren't great, but I really enjoyed my gym, and I had some pretty good coaches, so I was very lucky.
And was it big? Were they sending people to big competitions to,
It wasn't like an elite training gym, so, like, not like Olympic level, but, it was yeah, we had high levels. I went up to level 10, which is the highest level beyond elite, so it was a good gym.
Yeah, that's a big squad. Any, and pretty safe journey through gymnastics?
No, I broke 15 bones. I was always hurt. Yeah.
15 bones in 20 years.
Yes, I'm very injury prone.
What did I see? Oh, yeah, I saw this photo.
Which one?
This is a busted arm photo.
Yeah, I tore that was in CrossFit. I tore my UCL twice in CrossFit. Mhm.
Your what? Your what, L? Your
My
UCL?
UCL, I tore it twice. I tore it at my first semifinal, and then I tore it again the other one. I tore the other one again during quarterfinals.
And what is that? That's like the ACL, but for the shoulder?
It's like the same injury that Brooke Wells had with on her elbow.
Oh, it's
Um,
in the elbow.
yeah, elbow. So, yeah, at semifinals in 2021, at West Coast Classic on the first event, which was the snatch ladder, I tore it on the last bar. I still, like, competed the rest of the weekend. I feel like I had enough, like, adrenaline. And then when I got home, they told me it was torn, so I had to get surgery on that one. And then 10 months later, at quarterfinals on the 1 rep max overhead squat, I tore the other one. So then I had to get surgery on that one as well. So I basically spent like 2 years in recovery from UCL tears.
In that video I just showed, you have a cast on one arm, and
Yeah.
then did you have to have a cast on the other arm when the other one tore?
Well, yeah, and that was like 10 months prior though. So I spent like 10 months in PT coming back from that one. And then as soon as I was probably 95% back from the first tear, then I tore the other one. So that
Hey,
was unfortunate.
was that your fault, technique, or is that just something about being a
Um,
gymnastics athlete and then
I
transitioning to
don't know,
weightlifting?
honestly. So the first one was just I was just being super reckless. That was my first time ever competing, so I had like no strategy or pacing, so I was just ripping the snatches, so I feel like that one was kind of my fault. It was just a really bad catch. The second one, I had my body I was just super sick. I'd had COVID 6 times. So within like a year and a half. So my body was super just exhausted and weak, and I was dealing with a lot of injuries in general at that time because of it. And so when I went into quarterfinals, I was not feeling so great about it, and I did the 1 rep max bench press and then the 1 rep max clean, and then it was like a bench press clean overhead squat, and I was on the overhead squat. I hit like a 250 overhead squat, and there was like 15 seconds left, and everyone was like, throw 5 more pounds on. So I like threw 5 more pounds on and was like rushing because I didn't have much time and just went down too fast. And like I felt you could hear that one and feel it because the bone broke and it tore. So yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like an ongoing injury or anything. It was pretty random.
Jessica, when you were doing gymnastics in those 18, 20 years,
Yeah.
did you, I didn't mean to cut you 2 years short, 20 years. Did you do any weightlifting?
No. Not
Like
really.
0?
No. So I occasionally, my mom did these like HIIT workout classes in the morning, and I would go with her sometimes, but it wasn't weightlifting at all. Like we would use like dumbbells sometimes, but I never had like touched a barbell or anything.
And like never.
Never, no.
And then when you go to CrossFit, are you strong already?
Yes. I've always just been like naturally stronger. I had really bad form and technique, but like I was pretty strong to begin with. Like I still remember like all my friends would always like in college would be like, "Well, how are you so strong? Like you don't even lift or anything." And I quite honestly, like my parents are both pretty strong. My dad looks like he works out all the time, and I've never known him to work out my entire life. So, but like the first time I ever bench pressed in my entire life, I hit 200 for 3. And I feel like that's just like genetic. I don't know. I think it was genetic. It is genetic.
Well,
So yeah, I don't know. I just have always been a bit stronger of a person.
Glassman always said the strongest athletes in the world were gymnasts, and that
Yeah.
basically he said, "Hey, dude, it's all eccentric movement is where it's all at. Like, just do
Mhm.
negatives, negatives, negatives." And you guys do a shit ton of negatives in
Yeah.
gymnastics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Gymnastics definitely. We do a ton of conditioning and stuff, so I feel like that built up like a huge base of my strength. I also feel like I don't know. I'm just like my body type is a bit like stronger naturally. I'm like really short and compact, so I don't
How
know.
tall are you?
5 feet tall.
Oh, you're exactly 5 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's how tall my mom and my sister are, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty short.
Is anyone else in your family only 5 feet tall?
No, it's just me.
Just
I have
you.
2 sisters, and they're, like, 5'6" probably. My parents are like, there no one's tall in my family, but I'm definitely the shortest.
How tall is your dad?
Probably, like, 5'7", 5'8".
Okay, that's tall to me. That's 3 inches taller than me.
I mean, he's not like yeah,
How
he's
tall
not
is your
super
mom? How tall is your mom?
probably 5'5", 5'6"
Okay, that's
ish.
normal. That's
But I
normal
have a
for
sister
me.
who's probably, like, 5'7" or 5'8", and then the other one's, like, 5'5", 5'6", so
How about your grandparents?
my grandma's a bit shorter. She's, like, 5'3" probably, so maybe that's where I get it. I
Uh,
don't
oh,
know. I've always just been so short.
I was watching this frogs grip video that Colton Mertens the frog grips made of Colton Mertens,
Yeah.
and his dad's in there, and well, that's good. At least they're not 6 feet tall because you don't look short in that photo. Um,
I think
Colton's dad's like a foot taller than him.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How
It
tall
was.
is Colton? Is he
I
5?
I always thought he was 5'4". I always thought I was 5'5", but when I stood next to him, one of us we're either 5'4" or 5'5" because I'm definitely not taller than him. So
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
the same height as him.
I'm gonna say he's 5'5" because I
I
always
don't
say
know why. I think he just looks shorter, like,
I
on
mean
camera.
I mean he's so broad, right? Your eyes are gonna be like, yeah, you're short.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know
Yeah,
how he holds that 185, 190 pounds
he's
um
190?
so
Wow,
well. Yeah, it's crazy.
that
And
is crazy.
he's shredded.
I know. That's crazy.
And he carries pigs around all day.
I know.
Carry any pigs around?
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. Do you carry any pigs around?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you go in the gym. I want to hear this. I want to hear the actual bench press story. Who was with you when you benched 200?
So I had like a group of guy friends in college, and they were always commenting about how strong I was. And they're like, "How much can you bench press?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. I've never bench pressed." So then there was this like joke that they all wanted to bring me to the gym and see what I could bench press. So then one day we just ended up doing it. And I wish I had the video still, but yeah, they were all like shocked. I didn't even know if that was like good or not because I didn't know much about like lifting.
Did they
But
start
I
you with
did.
just the bar, just the 45
Yeah,
pound
we
bar?
no, we built up. I didn't just go to right 200.
And then they put those big 45s on.
Yeah.
What's crazy is like for a young man, the day you get those 45s on is like a big deal.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're 15 years old and you're like,
Yeah,
all
you
right,
hit first time hitting the big plates.
today I'm putting the okay. And you did 3 for 200.
I did.
Like not 3 singles, but like
Yeah, I did do 3.
were you sore the next day?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
And did you know when you do bench press, are you chest or a tricep person? Like, where do you think
I think
what
chest. Definitely
chest?
chest.
Yeah. And you know, and were you trying to contract your chest? You knew what you were doing, or you were just like,
No,
nope, you just pushed?
contract my chest. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think that was going through my mind.
Squeeze your boobs together, or are you just pushing?
I feel like I'm just going. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about anything.
Crazy. And you don't even know when your first pull up was because you were born by 3 years old. You were always hanging on a bar or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we did those in gymnastics a lot.
And did you do any of the boy stuff in gymnastics in your 20 years? You know, since you're always
No,
into
I never like went on the
gymnastics?
rings or pommel horse or anything like that. We didn't have a boys program at our gym, so I never did any of that.
Yeah, that's lame that so many gyms don't have boy
I
programs.
know. Yeah, we didn't have one. So
You ever been to a gymnastics gym in Europe?
in Europe,
Yeah. Or like in
no.
Russia or anything? Oh, the
No,
gyms
they're
there are
very different
great.
though.
Yeah, and there'll be shitloads of little boys in there, like hundreds of little boys. They got
Is it more
yeah.
common for men over in Europe to do gymnastics? Probably.
When I
Yeah.
went to Armenia, I went in their gymnastics studio. It was like 75% boys, 25%
Really?
girls. Yeah, it was so
It's
many
hard to
boys.
find a gym with boys programs over here.
Yeah, it's always like recreational or parkour
Yeah,
or
not
something
like
like that.
competitive
Okay,
for sure.
so, tell me the first time so what's the most you've ever benched, do you know? Have you ever maxed that thing out?
The most I've hit, I think, is like 250.
And there's a video of that, I saw that, and so you've never even gone heavier because clearly that's a cakewalk for
Dom
you.
just does not give me like I don't. He's never put bench in my training ever, so I don't do it often. I just like once a year will do it just for fun.
And who's this dude spotting you?
That's my friend Mike, just from my
You
gym.
you trust him?
Yeah, I trust him.
Alright, get far away. Holy cow. Hey, this morning I text you and I said, "See you soon," and
Yeah,
then you hearted it,
I
and
did
as I'm
heart.
running by my phone and I look, it says, "Jess loves you," or
Oh,
"Jess loves me," and I thought it said I read, "Jesus loves you."
no,
So then I
that's nice.
stopped and I picked up my phone. I'm like, "Nah, Jesus doesn't."
Yeah.
Did Jesus just
Oh.
text me? What the? 'Cause you know what I mean? It just says in the
Yeah,
notification.
yeah, it says that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
Like, "Oh shit, Jesus loves me." Dom's your coach, huh?
Yes, Dom is my coach.
And you're a Mayhem athlete.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I was with him in Naples, and then when he got the job in Cookville, I came with him here.
Oh, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
When you so okay, let me go back a second. So I really want to hear more about your childhood. Let's stick with childhood, and then I want to figure out how you ended up over there at Brute. So
Okay.
you have that lineage. You were at Brute when it was
Yeah.
down there, and all those monsters were down there.
Yeah, I was there yet.
Wow, hell of a
For a
time.
year. Yeah, it was
Um,
awesome.
so 3 years old, you get into gymnastics, and when your gymnastics is at its peak, how
Uh-huh.
much are you training?
We trained like 5 to 6 days a week, and our practices were like 3, 4 hours long.
Did you ever go the homeschool route so you could do more
No,
gymnastics? No.
no. No, I wasn't like down the elite level. Like the elite level is where you need to be homeschooled. Those are people who are training for like the Olympics. I wasn't like that good.
When do you give up on that? Because that's 20. I have 3 boys, and, like, I wonder about that
Yeah.
too. Because my boys spend so much time, we homeschool them, and they spend so much time playing tennis and fighting,
Um,
jujitsu and kickboxing and all that, and skateboarding, and my oldest is 10, and, like, I don't have any aspirations for them to be pro athletes, but
mhm.
it's kind of there is an age in there where you're, like, assessing your kid, and the kid's kind of, like, around these people who have these dreams, right?
Right.
And you're obviously gonna become you're obviously as a gymnast, you were a 1% of a 1%er if you're doing 20 years, but still there's so many girls and boys in
Mhm.
that. Is there a point where you're like, "I'm gonna go to the Olympics," and then you kind of give that up and gymnastics changes for you?
I mean, I feel like everyone when you're younger, you kind of think you're gonna go to the Olympics, but I also think that my coaches were all super realistic with us, and, like, my parents were realistic with me, that that was not in the cards. I didn't like, you would have to be traveling, going to camps, you would have to be homeschooled, training all day, like, it's just a lot, but I think that when I was nearing the end of doing gymnastics, I was just super burnt out and getting injured all the time, and I did not enjoy it anymore, so, um I feel like every single year I was just coming back from injuries. Like I was constantly breaking bones, tearing things, getting injured, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I stopped. But
Why don't you think you stopped sooner? I don't remember. Excuse me. I don't remember exactly what Greg told me, but he said something like all kids should reach this level of gymnastics and then get out so they don't get injured. I don't remember what level it was. They
yeah,
should do back handspring, and you should be able to do a backflip, and you
yeah,
should be, do cartwheel, maybe some pommel horse and rings, and then get out
and then get out.
before some crazy shit happens. Why keep doing it? And I'm wondering, really, for my own sake too, for like, how long do I take my kids in skateboarding? Skateboarding's dangerous as shit. You're on 4 wheels on concrete, right? And
Yeah.
it makes your body all lopsided because you're always kicking on one side. And when do you in hindsight, if you were to guide your daughter through that journey, would you have let her do 20 years?
I mean, if she enjoyed it, yeah, for sure. I feel like I learned a lot from doing gymnastics. I feel like it's the reason that I'm very like disciplined and hardworking.
Mm.
Um,
And Greg
and
said that too. There's no better,
yeah,
lesson in life than
I don't know.
gymnastics.
I feel like it taught me a lot about just resilience and like overall work ethic and stuff. I also made some of my greatest friends doing gymnastics, so it was enjoyable for me because I got to train with my friends every single day. And yeah, I liked the hustle and I liked like having something to work towards. So for me, that's kind of what it was about.
Resilience, friends and discipline.
Yeah.
And Greg said that too. I keep quoting him, but he said like, hey, the violin, gymnastics, and physics, those are the people who succeed. Those are the hard ones.
Really?
Yeah. Like, hey,
Huh.
the hard sports gymnastics, the hard instrument is
Yep.
violin, and the hard, schooling is physics.
Mhm.
What did you study in school?
I studied business. I was in the business school at OSU.
When you were doing gymnastics for these 20 years, do you remember the longest you ever took off? The
Um,
longest break?
I mean, I never really took a break. If I went on vacation, I guess I would take a break. When I was hurt, I would have to take time off. Like there were certain injuries that I just couldn't do anything. Like when I broke my tibia, so like my shin bone in half. So that one I couldn't really do much. Um, but no, I never really took like an extended period of time off ever. No.
But that was 6 months. The
What
tibia
was?
the tibia was
Yeah,
6
that
months?
took a long time, but I could still once I hit a certain point, like, you would still go into the gym and go to practice and condition and, like, do what you could.
Like with the boot on?
Yeah, I think I was on crutches for, like, 4 months with that one.
How did you break your tibia?
Uh, Tumbling on floor. I, like, landed with a straight leg, and then I heard it, like, snap.
How old were you?
Probably 14.
Do you remember the pain?
Yes, that one was, like, actually the most painful injury I've had, I think. That one was not great.
And did your parents take you to the ER right away?
Um, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
My son broke his tibia and
Ooh,
skateboarding, and then I just ignored it. And then I
no
was
way.
driving him home, and he looked like he was going into shock. And then that evening, I took him to the hospital, and it was like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was, like, fine at first, though? He must have been
no,
yeah.
no. I
Oh,
was
okay.
just one of those
Like, that's
parents
a
where
painful
you're
injury.
like, I was just being a shitty parent. That's why I was wondering. I was hoping your parents would be. I was hoping you'd have a story. Yeah, my mom and dad didn't take me for a week.
No, no, we went.
Yeah, and I'd never heard him scream like that.
Yeah, it's a really painful injury. How did he do it? Skateboarding?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just
That
snap. The X-ray was crazy.
yeah,
The
that is
X-ray of a broken bone is crazy. When you are in gymnastics, growing up, are there kids always crying in the gym? Like every day, do you see at least one kid
Oh
cry?
my gosh. Kids well, yeah, there's kids crying, but I feel like someone different in my group was crying every day, though.
Yeah,
Gymnastics is a very emotional sport, I feel like. There's a lot of tears.
yeah.
I wasn't really a crier when I did gymnastics, so everyone, like, always knew me as just the person that never cried. Even when I, like, broke my bones, I was never a crier in gymnastics.
Would you scream?
No. I
Any other?
usually just be like, "I think I did something."
Did you do any other sports?
I did soccer until I was, like, 14.
And what do you think that gave you? Did you build an engine doing that?
No. I literally never have had an engine, still don't have an engine. Probably will never have an engine.
You can't make one of those?
Make an engine? I'm
Yeah,
trying.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I had a better engine probably when I was playing soccer, but I played defense, so I wasn't running as much. Um, and then in gymnastics, nothing we did built an engine in any sort of way. And I also just am not built to have an engine necessarily, I don't think. So that's like what I work on a lot, but yeah, it's tough.
What is the longest, time domain that a gymnastics routine, goes in?
A minute and 15 seconds per floor.
And that's the floor routine?
Yeah.
And when you're done with that, are you what's the highest your heartbeat
Yeah, I
would
would
get?
be like breathing heavy
Yeah,
after 14.
yeah. Do you know what the highest your heartbeat would get? Is it
No,
nothing compared to what
I
you do
never
now?
tracked that.
Mm.
I have no idea.
And so at 14, when you drop out of soccer, is that a hard decision?
I was kinda bummed, but not really. I preferred gymnastics anyways, and I knew that I could no longer do both. It was just, like, too much. Just because I had school and I was working and then doing gymnastics, so I didn't have time.
Did you know of, Paige, Powers and Alexis Raptis, from gymnastics at all?
No, I didn't know them.
P prior to CrossFit,
No,
no
I never
knowledge?
knew no.
Okay.
No, none of us were in the same, like, state or region, I don't think.
A couple years ago, when that story of the crazy Olympic doctor came out,
Yeah.
I had them both on the show
Mhm.
within a week of each other, and both of them, thank God, neither of them got, molested
Yeah.
by that doctor, but both of them had that doctor.
Yeah, I think well,
And that was
he's from
crazy.
Mich
That kind of
Yeah, that is
blew me
crazy.
away.
I
Yeah.
know Paige is from Michigan, and he's from there, so I kinda figured she would have known him, but yeah, that's crazy.
And I think Alexis is also, now that I think about it, because I
Oh,
think,
is she from Michigan?
yeah, because I think in that video Hiller made of her with her, he went and visited her and she was
Yeah,
training at
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was from there, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And you had good culture in your gym.
Yeah, pretty good culture. I had a good gym for
And
the
your
most part.
parents, what were they like? Did they push you? Were they or just
Yeah,
supportive?
my parents are so supportive, but they never, like, forced me to do anything. It was whatever I kinda
So
wanted, but yeah.
if you didn't wanna go to gymnastics practice, would they make you, or would they just trusted you? They'd be like, "Okay, she must not be feeling it."
There was really never a time where I, like, didn't want to go or they had to force me to go. I was pretty, like, self-disciplined. They didn't really need to, like, discipline me that much, I feel like. I kinda did it to myself. But they were really supportive.
When as a kid, you'd go to gymnastics practice, did you go there for the friends or did you go there for the gymnastics?
Both. I
Both.
mean, at first gymnastics, but then, like, those are still, like, my best friends to this day, the girls I did gymnastics with. So, um, both, for sure.
Be because I notice as my kids get older, that's their social circle too, which
Mhm.
is really helpful because they never complain. They just
Yeah.
go 'cause that's where their friends are. "Hey, we're going to hang out with our
Oh,
friends
yeah.
today.
That
We're gonna
makes
fight."
it so much better, for sure.
Um, so I showed you that picture from 2019. That was your first, um, time in the gym or really close, and then just 4 or 5 months later, this picture shows up on your Instagram, and this looks like it's at a competition.
Okay.
So you didn't
Oh, yeah,
you
that was the first time I did a competition.
so you didn't waste any time.
No, that was like that was the Arnold because I was in Columbus at Ohio State, so there Arnold was there, and this group of people asked me if I would do the team competition with them, and I, like at this point, I didn't even know that there was, like, such thing as competing, so I was, like, so confused, but I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll do it," so I went and did the Arnold. It was fun.
And that's just 4 or 5 months after you started CrossFit.
It was pretty quickly after, yeah.
And your first competition ever was at the Arnold Classic, the premier fucking
Yeah, but the CrossFit side, like, it wasn't really, like, it wasn't, like, a big competition at all. It was fun, though.
and what did you think about the culture in your gym, versus, like, the culture from the gymnastics gym?
The culture. I mean, it was very different. I didn't go to like a super competitive CrossFit gym, but I loved it. I went to the noon class and I think it was just me and a bunch of like middle-aged dads. And
Oh.
They made me feel like I was, like, going to the CrossFit Games in, like, 2 months.
Oh.
So, they
'Cause they
were
were
such
so
a great
impressed
group.
by you?
Yeah, they were so impressed by me, and it made me feel like I was so much better than I was, but it was so fun. They were, like, such a fun group. They would, like, have beer after class. They would all, like, take shots of Jameson before class. Like, they were a rowdy bunch. Um, and they were just, like, fascinated by me and that I was just, like, so strong. So I remember I don't know, it was, like, super chill, though. I didn't take it seriously. I didn't even know, like, what the CrossFit Games were or anything like that. Um, so for me, it was just, like, a way to stay in shape.
I've never heard of a class. I've heard of tons of classes, like, people going to the class and it's moms, like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's the mom's class. Oh, there's the mom's class." I've
yeah.
never heard of a class where it's the noon middle-aged dad class. What is it? Those are the dudes from taking on their lunch break, they're trying to get
Yeah,
a
I
workout.
think they were just, like, on their lunch break. They were awesome. I loved it.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
loved my first CrossFit gym. It was so fun.
And what was the name of it?
CrossFit Clintonville. It's
Is it
in Yeah, it's in Columbus.
still there?
Mhm. Yeah.
And, are your parents still in Cleveland?
Yeah.
And where's home base for you now?
I'm in Cookville right now.
That's home for you.
Yeah, I live here.
Oh, shit, this shit's gotten serious. Is your goal to go to the games?
I'm actually going team this year. So my goal would be to make it to the games with my team this year.
Is this your first year going team?
Mhm. Yeah. I didn't have any intention of going team at all, but kind of worked out this year, so
Um, and you did Wadapalooza this year?
I did, yeah.
And how many
I did
years
it
have you go ahead.
What was it?
No, you go ahead. What were you
I
gonna
was
say?
just gonna say I did it individual and team this year.
And how many times have you been to that?
Only twice. This was my second time.
And that's the biggest competition you've been to?
Semifinals, probably.
And what year was that?
I went to semis in 2021, and then I was hurt 2022, and then I went in 2023.
Did you cry at semifinals?
No, I don't think so.
No crying in semifinals. Semifinals is fucking intense.
I don't think I cried at semifinals.
So one of your friends in the chat's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, she did."
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Dom probably would say otherwise.
Okay, so you 2019, you go into a gym, gymnastics is over, you do your first
Yeah.
comp, 4 months later, and are you hooked after that? What tell me about how and are you now do you have a coach yet, or are you just your CrossFit gym is your
No,
coach?
I don't have a coach. So, okay, 29 or I started doing it. I graduated college in 2020. So, I guess maybe I started CrossFit at the end of 2018. Yeah. So I graduated college in 2020 and we had to leave school because of COVID. So I moved back home. And at this point, all I had done was group classes. And so I went home. I kind of like worked out in my garage, I think, during COVID, but not much. And then as soon as the gym started opening back up, I was going to move back home to Cleveland because I had graduated. And I found this gym in Cleveland that had like a competitors program. So it was basically just like a group of people who worked out and like did some extra programming. So I went to the gym, signed up for that. And that's kind of where I started training to compete. Like I kind of knew that I wanted to try competing a bit, but still wasn't exactly sure to what extent. And then I was able to kind of like work I have a job. So I was working like on my own schedule so I could train as much as I needed to. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. I didn't still have a coach though. There was a guy at the gym who was like the overall coach of the competitive program and he kind of helped me out, but I just followed like the general competitive track at that gym from starting in June of 2020, and then I qualified for my first semifinal that next year in 2021.
When you start getting around these higher level CrossFitters,
Yeah.
does it help or hurt your morale? Are you like, "Oh, I'm really good," or are you like, "Oh, shit, there's some crazy
No, it
shit"?
definitely helped me for sure. I enjoy being around people who are better than me. I feel like it like helps push me a lot, and I feel like I was able to improve faster because I was pushing myself way harder than I was before. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
And are you working during all of this? Do you have a day job?
Mhm. I do,
And
yeah.
and what do you do?
So I work for my family's business. I do HR, so I do like payroll, employee onboarding, benefits, and all that stuff for the business.
And firing people?
Um,
When I think of HR, that's what I think. I never dealt with HR unless
so when I'm
somebody-
like when I'm home, I'm more involved like with the employees in person. It's restaurants. So but when I'm like traveling, like I'm in Cookville or when I was in Naples, everything I do is remotely. So I'm not as much so dealing with like the day-to-day operations.
That's like adult shit you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta work. I gotta make money.
Yeah. Adult, like HR is like adult stuff. Like, no wonder you're such a good talker. Like, I never know what's going to happen on here. You get a 26-year-old on here these days, and they might not even know how to talk yet.
Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, but I was working like during that time, I was coaching gymnastics, working in the restaurants, and then also doing all this stuff on the top, and then also training. So
And when you say working at the restaurants and at the managerial level, or you were hostessing, waiting, cooking, that shit?
So I would do like a lot of interviews, like interviewing people, onboarding them, going in person. Then yeah, I would like go into the stores and kind of like check in. Like my whole family is involved in it, so and we own multiple throughout Ohio, so we kind of would just, it depends.
Is this multi-generational? Did your grandparents own restaurants?
Well, do you know Five Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they franchise Five Guys restaurants. My great aunt and uncle started it, and
they started Five Guys.
Yeah. And then my family franchises it in Ohio, and then I work for them. So
I thought Five Guys started Five Guys.
Yeah, those are my dad's cousins. There's 5 of them.
Wow, I had no idea. I'm trying to think where I went into. I went into a Five Guys one time, and this guy behind the counter brings our hamburgers out to us. I'm sitting there with Greg, and he starts tearing up.
Oh no, why?
And he goes, "You're Greg Glassman, right?" And Greg's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I just want you to know that between my 2 parents, they found CrossFit and they lost over 300 pounds between the 2 of them."
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Crazy. Five Guys, that's yummy food. Did Five Guys used to do peanuts?
They still do. Yeah, when you walk in, there's like boxes of peanuts sitting out everywhere.
Do all the stores do that?
Yeah. They should.
Oh my God, you like do really adult shit. So your dad, you have a family of overachievers and focused and disciplined people.
Yeah, I feel like my family's pretty hardworking, so.
Yeah. Oh, come on. They're not hardworking. They just make money and don't do shit.
No, that's
well-to-do, successful people don't work hard at all. Just tax the fuck out of them. Isn't it crazy? So your parents are workaholics.
Oh, we're on the Five Guys story. Yeah, they work a lot. They're great.
Like a lot.
I mean, now that they've built up the businesses and they're a bit more like successful.
Who's that dude? You ever hug that guy? Did you ever ride on that guy's shoulders right there as a little baby?
Yeah, yes, I know him. That's my dad's cousin. That's Chad.
Chad?
Yeah.
What's up, Chad? He looks like he just got out of prison.
Yeah, he does. That is an old photo of him. He's much older now.
Yeah, I know they're never off, right? Like your parents are. There's no day. It's.
I mean, there's no days off because there's always people contacting you. But once like you open the store and hire a general manager and you have like a good crew that works there,
yeah,
and things are good. It's like when things are good, they're great, and you don't have to work much. But when things are bad, you're working 24/7. So it really just depends on the employees and how well staffed the store is, and a couple other factors. But right now, things are like pretty good. So. But in the beginning, like when they first opened the restaurants when I was younger, I think I was around like 9 or 10 when we opened our first one. They were working nonstop. So I feel like when you first open a business, the beginning is like such a grind, but then once you get it up and running, the workload lessens a bit. But yeah, they're still working very hard towards it.
Yeah, whether it's a shortage of beef or the paper towel or the toilet paper roll, thing's broken, you got to do all that shit.
Yes. Yeah, there's so much. It's never ending.
Yeah, 1 minute you're on the phone trying to outsource meat from New Zealand, the next minute you're plunging a toilet, right? I mean,
yeah, it's not glamorous.
Jessica, have you worked every station at Five Guys? Like,
yeah.
you could do it all? You could do the fries
I
and the
could, yeah,
burgers
for sure.
and the register?
Yes. That when I was younger, like, when I was 10, I used to always work the register. And I still remember one time, this is, like, what made me wanna stop working the register. I gave someone, like, 9 pennies
Uh-huh,
instead of a nickel and 4 pennies,
uh-huh.
and they,
You
like,
bitch.
yeah, I was, like, 10. I was 10, I had no idea, and he
Like,
starts, like, screaming at me, and I was mortified, and I was like, "I'm never working the register again," and I still, like, think about that to this day. I was so embarrassed.
hey, that's crazy. So I worked the register. My dad owned
Yeah.
I'm Middle Eastern, but so I worked at a liquor store, but my
Oh,
dad owned
nice.
a liquor store, and you're white, you work at a hamburger shop. And, just happens to be that way, weird. And I did that too. I remember, like, 5 to 10 working the register, and
Yeah.
I always felt disrespected, like, adults weren't making eye contact with me and
Yeah.
shit. I was like, "What the fuck are you like, treat me with some respect." But
A
I remember
10-year-old's worth a liquor store, though.
yeah, I worked at a liquor store, it was crazy.
Yeah,
And,
that's crazy.
um and I was always frustrated because I could never make suggestions. My dad would be like they would come in and they would be like, "So we're having chicken tonight. What should we get? What kind of wine?" And my dad would know, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, "How am I ever gonna figure that shit out? I don't drink."
Yeah.
But I
That's funny.
remember a huge advancement for me in my math skills. That explains, by the way, why you're so socially I mean, you're on another level. This all makes sense, because you were interacting with adults
Yeah.
nonstop, and a whole variety of, like, the coolest people in the world to just douchebags, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I remember when I could, count the money back, like, to them, like, going up.
Yeah.
So if it was 9.52 and they gave me a 20, I remember when I could be like, "Here's your 48 cents, that's 10,"
Yeah.
and then hand them a 5 and be like, 15 and
Yeah.
another 5.20. Do you remember that phase? And
Yeah.
you're like,
Uh-huh.
"Shit, I'm a beast."
You're like, "I'm good at this." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
super
lost art of counting change back to people. You know what I mean? Like, now they just
yeah,
hand you the money and you're just
I
like, as
know.
you walk off, you're like, "This fucker steal anything from
Yeah,
me?"
you're like, "I have no idea this is right."
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And they start so you're they s when you franchise the stores, um, your parents started with 1 store?
Yeah, just 1. And they had 1 for a while. That one was I mean, I feel like when they first opened it, it was, like, breaking even for years, um, just because of all the expenses, but once that one was up and going, then we slowly started opening more.
And they're all in Ohio?
Yeah, just Ohio. I think
And
they were actually the first one in Ohio to open, if I have that right.
and then how many now are there in Ohio? You know?
I have no idea, a lot. There's one in, like, every city. I don't know the exact number, but, it's growing a lot. It's Five Guys is international now too, so
And, do you know the entire business? Like, do you know, like, hey, malls are good for this, corners are good for this. Ideally, you want a store in, like, a city that has more than 20,000 people. They do better if they're next to a Starbucks. Like, do you know that shit?
yeah. I mean, like, I hear about it. That's definitely not my specialty, though. We have, like, regional managers who are mostly in charge of, like, finding locations and stuff. When they first opened it, though, it was like, the thing with Five Guys was putting it in, like, a super isolated area. They didn't do any advertising. They didn't put it on, like, the biggest corner. It was kind of just seeing if it was good enough for people to come to it without really knowing much about it. Like, they didn't open it with the intention of it becoming a franchise. They just opened it they were just like, "Let's just open a restaurant."
Yeah, that's cool. I love that kind of success story. Let's
Yeah.
just put our head down and work.
Yeah.
And, is it Cleveland based? Is that
No,
the
it started
no?
in Alexandria, Virginia.
And if your dad was in Cleveland, why did they include him?
Well, they opened it he wasn't included at first.
So
They
he wasn't
opened
one of
it
the first 5 guys?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
So, his aunt and uncle have 5 sons, and they basically said to them, "You guys can either go to college or we can use the money and try to open a restaurant." And none of them wanted to go to college, so they're like, "Oh, let's open a restaurant." So, they all got together, opened a restaurant, and for years, it was just that restaurant. Like, there wasn't franchising, but it actually, like, remained pretty popular, so I think they opened another one, and then they were
Alexandria, you said?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, and it slowly started doing better and better, and they were like, "We should try to franchise it," and they did and ended up being successful. So, once they started franchising it, my parents reached out to them and were like, "We would be interested in doing this as well in Ohio." So then we started with my aunt and uncle, and then my parents started opening in Ohio when I was younger.
Has it put rifts in the family, or has it made the family closer?
No, not at all. It's fun. We all get to like for the Five Guys conventions, we all get to travel together. It's so fun doing it with our whole family.
And then it's like the Five Guy convention's like a giant family reunion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, that's awesome. Do you know how many Five Guys there are now just in the United States?
I have no idea. There's like thousands, though.
Aren't you stoked it's a good burger? It's not like
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we all go to Five Guys all the time in Cookville. We just went last night.
Hey, what about this whole thing with RFK wanting hamburger joints around the country to switch to tallow? Like, do you hear chatter about that in your family?
I've never heard that. No.
Oh, that they want to move. They want to move away from. He wants to get restaurants to move away from vegetable oils and go back to tallow like the old days.
We use peanut oil, so I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
Look at you. You know your shit.
Yeah.
How many people let me quiz you a little bit before I start patting you on the back. How many people does it take to run a Five Guys? How many employees?
It depends on how much business your store is doing, but typically, like on a slower day, you really only need like 5, but on the weekends, we normally have like 7.
So on the payroll, how many do you need, including like the janitors and all that shit? 20 dudes?
Per store, it really depends per store, but like per store, we probably have close to like 25 to 30 on each payroll, maybe. Or less, honestly. Some stores only have 15. It really depends on like we have stores where it's younger people, so they're only working like 15 hours a week, and those stores have a lot of employees. But then we have some stores where it's like an older crew working, so there's only 15 of them because they all want to work full time. So it really just depends.
Do you frown on overtime?
We try not to have overtime, but it doesn't always happen.
What's the most hours you've seen someone work in a week? You ever seen like 100?
So we actually have this one general manager who our general managers are required to work 90 hours per pay period. And that's what they're paid for because they're paid a salary.
And that's 2 weeks?
2 weeks. He clocks like 140 to 150 hours per pay period just because he enjoys it. Like he just wants to be there. He enjoys it. He doesn't get paid extra for it. Like he only has to work 90 hours and that's just his salary. But he's like, no, I just like being here. So, and he's worked for us for like over 10 years, I think. So
that's his life.
Yeah.
If a new store opens, is that the kind of guy you'd send to a new store?
He stayed at the same store for 10 years, so
yeah,
he's great though.
That's cool, man. You know some shit. The amount of fries is amazing. Oh, you mean like from an order? Like they give you
Yeah, because they put like so many extra on top. I think that's what he's talking about.
Is that, and that's part of the thing? Hey, always put so many fries that like 2 fall on the floor.
Well, you put like a cup of fries in, and then you like just throw like a topper in there as well. So they're just like all over the bag. And that's just like what they do. That's kind of the Five Guys way, I guess.
Yeah, that makes people happy. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Five Guys ever.
That's good. I have definitely it.
Yeah. Sevan podcast 90 hours a week. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really convenient for your training.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very lucky that they let me do this. I can pretty much work on my own schedule most of the time, and I'm not working like full time by any means. So I have time to train and just like get everything done I need to on my own schedule. So it's really nice.
And you get to stay close to your family, and it's something you're proficient at.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
That's
are you married?
No.
No. Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't. I'm single.
No boyfriend, no married. Do you have time for a boyfriend?
I don't know. I'm pretty busy. This isn't really like the ideal time to have a boyfriend, I feel like. So, no.
It never is. It never is.
Never.
You have kids?
No.
No kids, no husband, no boyfriend. Okay. So you go to this gym, you come back from college, you see that there's a competition gym, you look it up, you go there, you start doing that. And then how do you end up what's the next step from there? How do you end up in Naples? Is that the next step? You're like, oh, who are these great cats?
Well, kind of. So yeah. I competed in my first semifinal, got home from that, realized
before you go on, any big fuck ups there that you're like, I need to coach, like anything?
So honestly, that was the first time I ever competed besides doing like the Arnold on a team, this was like my first competition. So I literally went there having no idea what it was. Like I was so confused. I had no plans, no strategy, like nothing. I didn't even like know how to warm up. So I got there and I was like, oh my gosh, like,
what city?
and I honestly feel like I did so well because I like had no pressure on it. I had no no strategy for any workout. I kind of just went out there. I got, I think, 10th place at that semifinal. So I did decent.
What city, Jessica?
What was that?
What city was that one?
Vegas.
Okay.
So besides getting,
and they probably took like, did they take top 7 or something?
I think something like that.
So you were close.
Yeah, I guess I got like dead last on the ruck. There was like this ruck run event and I got dead last on that, I think. The only people who, yeah, I got dead last. People literally passed out on the field and still beat me. I did so bad on that. But on the first event of that weekend, I tore my UCL. So I was still able to compete though. And when I got home and realized that it was very injured, I got it looked at. And so then I spent that whole year trying to come back from the UCL injury because I had to get the surgery on it and stuff. Then at this time, the guy started individualized coaching me. The guy who did the competitive program at this gym, he'd never had like individually worked with anyone before. I was like the first time. So he was kind of
you or you asked him?
Well, we kind of mutually decided because I couldn't do any of the programming that he was writing because of my injury. So he was like, you know what, like I'll just help you out and but he was also competing at the time. He was on a team at semifinals. So then at quarterfinals that year, tore my other UCL, spent the whole year coming back from that. And then maybe 6 months into my recovery from that one, he decided he was no longer coaching CrossFit at all. So I had no coach and I had no idea what to do because like at this point I was super burnt out. I had COVID 6 times. I tore both my UCLs. I was kind of like super sick, really just exhausted, injured, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue competing. So I was just kind of thinking about it. I was just doing whatever I wanted. I didn't have a coach. I was a little stressed about figuring out what to do because I didn't think anyone would want to take me on when I was like 5 months post UCL injury. It wasn't like a very exciting person to take on because I like didn't even know what I could really be doing. And so I had a PT at the time, and he in the past he writes endurance programming. So he knew Danielle. He wrote all of her endurance programming for her when she was living in Vegas. And then he also started working with Matt Torres on like some endurance programming for like Fee and James and Dallin and them. So he kind of had a connection with Brute, and he was like, I think you should reach out to Matt and just see, like, I feel like it'd be so great for you to get a fresh start somewhere. So he kind of reached out to Matt, and then I had a call with Matt Torres, and he was like, okay, come down for this camp we're doing, and we'll see like how it goes. So I went down to Naples and basically talked to him, and he was like, I already have 3 girls. He was working with Emma, Danielle, and Fee. He's like, I'm not taking on any more girls. I have an agreement with everyone that I only coach 3 boys, 3 girls.
Wait,
but there was
down there to hear that?
Well, like there was other coaches and I knew that.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, no, I went down there. And
how long was that first trip down there? Like, do you go down there and get a hotel room and you're like, okay, I'm going to hang out for 2 weeks, or how does that work?
I was just there for like a few days. I got a hotel. Okay. Yeah. And then there was
an email and you're like, I'm Jessica and I want to train down there. And they're like, okay, come on down for a few days. We'll meet. Let's get to know each other.
Yeah, basically. It was so weird. Like, I'm still so surprised that like it was agreed. Like they agreed to it. Okay. I don't understand. Yeah. So when I get down there, there's this coach. His name's DC. He's a Brute coach. He moved there from Switzerland, and he wanted to take on his own athletes there. Like they were saying, oh, you can have your own girl and boy that train out of Brute this year. And so he was like, I really want to work with you. I think we'd be a great match, whatever. So I met with him. We agreed to start working together, and he was like, let's work together for a few months. And if you enjoy it, then you can move down here. So I was like, okay. But then like 2 weeks later, he texted me that Matt was selling the CrossFit gym. Huh? Like Matt owned CrossFit Naples, and he decided to sell it. And DC was on like a work visa, and his job description was the manager of this CrossFit gym. So he no longer had a reason to be in the States. So he had to go back to Switzerland.
Oh, and he had an accent?
Yeah, he had an accent.
Okay. Just checking make sure he's real.
Yeah. So he was like, he felt so bad and was like, you're not gonna be able to move here, but they said that you can move here and they'll keep an eye on you. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that. That's like, I'm not gonna move somewhere to not have a coach.
You have to sleep outside, but you can
yeah.
still be one of the dogs.
Yeah. So then I'm like,
outside.
I don't know what to do. But I had remembered Dom from the camp, and Dom was not taking anyone else on because he was basically like assisting Matt with everyone. And then he had Nate Ackerman and then Olivia Sulik. But I loved Dom at the camp. Like, I thought he was such a great coach. I really liked him. Like, I still remember.
Dom doesn't seem very fun. I
Fun.
had him on the show. He doesn't seem very fun. You like
fun.
serious? You like serious? He's fun? Okay. All right.
Dom is fun. He's probably being serious for the show.
Very
I mean, he is serious, but no, he's fun. But I still like remember that he was leading the lifting at the camp, and I could barely lift anything because I had not lifted a barbell because of my UCL. And so I was doing like a light power snatch. And he was like, oh, if
I'll determine whether it's light. How much was it?
I think I was power snatching like 135.
Yeah, not light. Go on. I'll do the commentary.
Was like a video
you just tell me the weights and I'll tell you it's not light.
Okay. Well, so they wanted everyone to record themselves. And so he texts me that night and he was like, hey, you never sent me your snatch video. And I'm like, why does he I'm like, that's so strange. Like, he has time to look at my snatch video, like my 135 power snatch. So I sent it to him and he proceeds to send me back like a 9-minute video review of this power snatch, like drawing on it. He's like, wow, this is such great form. And I'm like, this guy seems awesome. Like, he's literally sitting at his house tonight after working this camp all day and he's willing to send me like a 9-minute review of my power snatch. Like, he just seems great. So I had him in the back of my mind. Like, I loved him at that camp, but I knew he wasn't taking anyone else on. And my friend was like, you should just text him and try and see if he'll take you on. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, he's not going to.
Who's this friend? Is this a gymnastics
This is my friend from my gym at home.
Okay.
And yeah, CrossFit friend. And so then I like sat on it for a couple of days and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to text him. So I sent him this like long paragraph. It's like, hey, I totally understand. Like, if you don't want to, but is there any chance, blah, blah, blah. And I explained to him the situation. He was like, hey, let's FaceTime. So I FaceTimed him and he was like, well, crazy enough, Olivia Sulik, the girl who he was coaching that year, he was like, she just decided to quit CrossFit like 2 days ago. And so I technically have a spot open. And I'm like, would you want to give it to me? Like, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. And he just like immediately said yes. And I was like, okay, like, would I be allowed to move there? Or like, do you want to work together for a certain period of time first? And he's like, you can just move here now. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, I really want you here before the season. So like, can you come in a couple weeks? So I'm like, okay, sure. And so then I hang up. I'm like,
living at this point, Jessica? Are you at home with your?
So I'm at home at this point, yeah. And so
your
then I'm like,
cool with you living at home?
Yeah.
God, you got a good family.
Yeah, my family's great. So I'm like, Mom, what do I do? I'm like, I have to find somewhere to live. Like, Naples is incredibly expensive. I don't know anyone to have a roommate with. I'm starting to look at apartments and I'm like, I cannot afford this. This is so expensive. So my mom, she has a really nice RV and she was like, what if we just booked an RV spot somewhere and you lived in here for now until you find someone to live with or
like Caleb. I got this dude on the show. Caleb lived in an RV in Florida while he went to
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wow.
So yeah, it was great.
I didn't know girls did that shit. I thought that was just
I was like, sure, why not? I mean, it was pretty. Her RV is nice. It has like a full kitchen.
I'm not worried about the RV. I'm worried about the park. The slime balls in the park.
Yeah, so I was kind of too, but you don't really find that in Naples, I feel like.
Yeah.
So we literally packed up the RV and left like a week and a half later. And I was like driving there, like, what am I doing? Like, this is insane. So
did you drive the RV down there?
No. I'm a horrible driver. My mom drove it.
You are a horrible driver?
I'm told that, yes.
Oh man, damn it. I was really liking you. Okay, go on.
Oh no, is that a bad thing?
I don't know.
I think I'm a good driver.
You hit curbs and shit and like.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. You're just you're more normal than I thought. Okay, go.
So we get down there. We booked a spot at an RV resort. So it was actually really nice. Like, it had like a pool, a community room. It was like a neighborhood, but RVs. And everyone there was like 70 to 80 years old, except for me. And honestly, it was so great. Like, they all loved me. They thought it was, Yeah, they thought it was so great. They would, if I needed help fixing anything, like they all had nothing to do. So
40,
like
60-year-old men were ready to help you. How
yes.
can
Oh
I
yeah,
help
everyone
you?
was
How
ready
can I
to
help you,
help.
Miss Androsik? Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yes.
it was honestly great.
Their
Like
wives hated
I
you.
thought
Go
it
on.
yeah, I lived in there for the whole year. And I thought I was only gonna do it temporarily, but I honestly ended up really liking it. I
It's not
honestly miss
cheap
living in there.
either. It's not cheap.
No.
Nice
Just
RV
to
parks
park
are not
it
cheap. Yeah.
yeah, just to park it there was $1,800 a month.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was insane.
But
But the
nice
apartments
hookup
there were
and
even more expensive.
did you have a hook yeah, did you have a hook people don't have no idea how expensive Naples is. It's crazy how swanky it is. Did you have a like, one of those tubes that went to your RV that took all your piss and shit away too?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you didn't have to
And you
do
have
any of that?
well, you have to, like, empty it every week, so you just have to, like
You have to go out there and turn the dial?
yeah, it's not, like, gross or anything.
But you don't have to hook it up or you don't have to drive
No,
it?
no,
Do you have
no,
to
it's
drive
already
it to the
pre-hooked
spot?
up.
God, that's cool. You lived in there for a year doing that?
Yeah. It was honestly so fun. I really enjoyed it.
Did you get a
Oh,
special mattress for 'cause I know the beds that come in RVs are can be kinda
no,
shitty.
it was really comfortable. It was fine. This one was pretty like, it had, like, a washer and dryer on it, a full bathroom, a kitchen, a living room. It was nice.
Your RV had a washer and dryer?
Mhm. But
Oh,
it's
one
funny,
of
when it
those
was
things.
going, the whole RV was, like, shaking.
You know what people thought from the outside.
No.
I used to live in an RV. They said that, like, if the RVs is shaking, if the RVs are rocking, don't come a knocking, or there was some, like
Oh,
there was some
yikes.
phrase you were supposed to say.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so a year and a swank, and how close was that to, Dom camp?
So it was really close. It was, like, 10 or 15 minutes away from the Brute gym. So we trained at Brute for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months? I can't remember, until he, like, parted ways with Brute, and then we started training in that garage that he told you I think he told you about that.
So, when you're there, is Dallin Pepper there?
Yeah.
And do you get to interact with him much?
Yeah, Dallin, James, Fee, Emma, Danielle, Nate, we were all there.
Wow. You were th what a crew of
I know,
characters.
when I first got there, I was like, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah,
They were
they're
all so
all
great, though. It was a great group.
yeah, they're all so different. Do you ever get to train did you ever get to train with Dallin?
Yeah. We kind of vary the times we train, but there were times that I trained with him. It kind of just depended on the day. Dallin's awesome.
Yeah,
He's a
he
great guy.
seems so great. He's gonna be the CrossFit Games champion.
I think so.
Yeah, he's for sure gonna be the champion. I mean, he's been showing signs for years. His
Yeah.
personality is so stable.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's great.
Yeah, and his wife seems cool.
Oh, Corinne, she's amazing. I love her.
And
She's
you
very
build a
nice.
friendship with her?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you got her phone number in your phone?
I do, yeah.
Wow, okay. Wow, that's serious. Wow. And when Dom separates from Brute, is that unsettling at all for the athletes? Does that make you guys a little wobbly?
No, no, not at all. It was
Just
fine.
smooth.
I mean, obviously, I think they were sad that he was leaving because everyone loves Dom. Um, but they understood, and it wasn't like, honestly, when he left Brute and we went and started training elsewhere, we still went back there and trained. Like, Matt still let us go train there on the weekends. If we had a competition coming up, um, we would go train with them. Like, it wasn't we did our running workouts together. Like, we still all trained together, and it was all cool.
Do you know this guy, Adam Rogers?
Adam, that sounds really familiar.
He's Alexis Raptis's coach.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when I hear about their relationship, I'm like, "Holy shit, that's like the dream relationship if you're
Yeah,
an athlete." Like, she just absolutely trusts him, like,
yeah.
you do you, did it take a while to build trust with Dom? And or do you see the value and trust in a relationship? Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
He's a
shit, if
great
this
coach.
guy said, "Jump off a cliff, you'll be fine," Alexis, like, will be like, "Oh, no problem."
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they have a
Um,
crazy relationship. Look, well, she
yeah.
won $20,000 thanks to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great coach.
Tell me about your relationship with Dom and the trust. Is did was that hard to build?
Not really. I feel like he's, like, a pretty easy person to trust, and also just seeing, like, how much everyone loves him, it kinda makes it easy to trust him. He's so invested in his athletes and cares about you so much, not only as, like, an athlete, but as a person. So immediately, I feel like I trusted him. He was honestly like when I moved to Naples, I didn't know anyone. And him and his wife like were inviting me over for dinner every night, inviting me to everything, like making sure I felt included. And I don't know, once you're like one of his athletes, you're like family to them. So it's honestly great.
In all your years of soccer, gymnastics, CrossFit, you ever had an experience where you felt you were losing trust in your coach, like something happened?
For sure. I've definitely had coaches I didn't like trust them as much, or just wasn't as close with them.
What does that
Uh,
look like when you don't, um, because yeah, what does that look like when trust builds? Like, I never even thought about it until I heard Alexis and Adam's relationship, and I'm like, holy shit, trust is really like important because you can
yeah.
grow fast.
I just feel like knowing that your coach has your best interest. Like he's never gonna tell me something to do that is not gonna have the outcome that we want. So I feel like he wants the best for me, so I'm always gonna trust what he says. And also he's just such like an incredibly smart programmer and strategizer, and I've seen it work out well for so many other people. And I've seen myself try to strategize and it not work out so many times. So I usually just listen to what he says. I will literally just walk up to him before a workout and be like, "How should I break this up?" And he tells me, and then I just do exactly that.
And when he says it, when he says, "Okay, do 6 unbroken on the rings and then get off," and you're like, "No, I'm going to do 4." You just block that out. Your own voice saying, "I'm only going to do 4," and you do the 6.
It usually comes up as I walk up and I'm like, "I think I could do that unbroken," and he'll usually just start
Oh,
laughing.
oh, awesome,
He'll
awesome.
laugh and be like, "Okay, you can try."
Oh,
And I'm
that's
like, "Well, what did you think I should do?" And he's like, "Not unbroken."
that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so you're there, and Dom's your guy. This is 2022 or 3.
23.
And you
Yeah.
do a year there, and does your mom come when you have to leave there? Tell me about leaving, and going to Mayhem. What happens there? Dom calls you into the office one day?
So we went I went to semifinals that year, competed at semis, and I think maybe right before semis, he told us, like, "If you guys wanna stay at Brute, you guys can stay with Matt and, start working with a different coach. If like, I totally understand if you don't wanna come with me." And I was like, "No, like, I'm totally coming with you." Like, everyone was like, "Why would we not stay with you?" So, we stayed with him, and then his friend had a garage. It was literally, like, the most depressing gym ever, but it honestly felt, like, pretty hardcore. Like, you walked in, it was, like, brick walls. Like, honestly, it felt like a prison. Like, there was no windows. It was so dark. It was, like, 100 degrees, no air conditioning. The equipment was, like, kinda sketchy.
Yeah.
Um
You need a tetanus shot to work out in there?
Yes. Yeah. I have, like, videos of, like, Nate. I don't know if you know Nate, but he was, like, 19 at the time. He was using, like, the trash can as, like, a bench. Like, it was funny, and we had no bathroom. So
Oh, yeah, I heard about the no bathroom. That's wild. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it was crazy. But honestly, we had so much fun. Like, we made the best of it, and when I look back on that time, I'm like, I'm glad we did it. So yeah, we trained there, like, all summer in the off season, and at this point no, Emma had not come over there yet. But yeah, so we went to the games just to watch, and Dom was gonna go to the games to help out, like, all the Brute people, and we stayed in an RV at the RV park, and I remember him coming back and being like, "Oh, someone just asked me if I would wanna come work at Mayhem," like and at this point, we kind of didn't know what that year was gonna look like because we didn't really have a solid training place. Everyone was like, "How are we gonna survive the entire year training here?" So it was honestly kind of really cool, and we all just kind of started talking about it, and they invited him to a visit the following week. So I think he flew out to Cookville the next week and came back, and he basically told them, like, "I'll come to Cookville if I can bring my people with me." Because if it weren't for him saying that, like Mayhem training in the athlete facility there's obviously, like, you have to have made the games, like, they have, like, certain rules and that you have to follow. So, but he basically was like, "Yeah, I'm only" like, it was me, Nina, Emma, and Nate, and he was like, "I'll
Nina,
come."
the Rakovic chick, the upside down girl?
Yeah, she's my roommate, actually, I live with her.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no
Um
idea.
Mhm.
I saw her compete at Crash.
Yeah.
Is she very stoic?
Like, what do you mean by stoic?
Like like, when I saw her compete at Crash, she, like, seemed like like she could give two fucks if she was there. Like she always just had like one. You know what I mean? Like
I think that's
she
just her
crushes
face.
an
I
event,
don't
and she's like,
consider her
when she crushes an event and she loses an event, it's the same thing. Like you don't give, like you
I
know what I
guess,
mean?
like yeah, I know what you mean. No, I would not consider her stoic.
Okay.
Maybe when she's working out, but honestly,
Wow,
not
you
even.
guys have two weird. Are you guys both Polish? Are you guys the same thing?
I am not Polish.
Oh, what's your last name?
She's Serbian.
What's your last name?
Androsik.
Yeah, but what is that? That's not
Oh,
Polish?
I'm Irish and Hungarian.
Oh, that's all the same to me. Hungarian, Polish.
Oh, I don't know.
Just lump you guys up. Just over there, the Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
Is that all Eastern Bloc, Caleb? Are they all like they were all one family? Hungarians and Polish and Serbians and Croatians? Is that no? I see Caleb in the back. I'm trying to figure it out. All right. Okay. So that's crazy. What a small world. Okay. So go back to this. So he says, hey, if I can't bring Jessica and the kid Nate and Nina,
Yeah.
who else was there? A
Emma
fourth?
Carey.
And Emma Carey. I'm not coming.
Yeah, and they were like, "Cool, yeah, bring them." And they like let us all sign like Mayhem athlete contracts and all that stuff. So, we went and visited. When Dom came back, they wanted all of us to come. So then, like a week later, we went and visited, and we stayed in Cookville for a week. And while we were there, we all found apartments, signed leases, and yeah, we were like, okay, I guess we're moving here. So, we found Nina and Emma lived together in a townhome, and then Nate and I lived together in a townhome. We were neighbors, and we just signed the lease for the apartment, went back to Naples for a month maybe, and then all moved to Cookville. It was very like spontaneous.
Did your mom grab the RV and take it back to her house?
So she's actually there right now. She kept the RV there,
Oh,
and yeah, she's like when she would come visit me, she was like, I love it here. So now she keeps it there, the same spot that I lived in, and she has like all of these friends in the RV neighborhood, and she goes there like every other week in the winter of Cleveland. So it ended up
wow.
working out for her.
Wow. The RV park will let you just stay there forever?
Well, if you keep paying, yeah.
Oh shit. Wow. The one that Caleb was in, there was like a term limit, like every 4 months it's like you had to leave for 3 weeks or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's because you're in a really fancy one. He's probably like in a ghetto one where they don't want anyone establishing a meth lab or something.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't like that. It was pretty nice.
Wow. Does your dad go down there with her?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Had they ever been to Naples before you went down there?
I don't think so, no.
It's like a mecca for old people.
It's all old people, honestly. I loved living there because everyone was just on vacation. No one was stressed. Like, it was so nice.
I went there, the time I was there, I played this game with my wife, let's see if we can find anyone without gray hair. And we went like an hour and didn't see one person without gray hair.
Yeah, it's hard. Everyone there's pretty old, but
Yeah.
okay.
Fancy, clean.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, so you go to Mayhem, and what's that like, moving to Cookville? Is that like living? Is that a weird, like a cultural shift?
For sure. When I first moved here, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what have I done? Like there's nothing to do here." I still kind of feel that way that there's not much to do here, but at that time I also didn't have friends, like I didn't know anyone at the gym, like we were the new people. So, it was definitely an adjustment. So, like the first bit living here was a little bit I don't want to say rough, but it was just an adjustment. But now that I have a lot of friends there, it's been really fun. Like we all hang out all the time. I'm good friends with everyone there, so it's become a lot better, and I enjoy it a lot more. Sure.
Is there a little bit of a sniffing out period? You know, like when you bring your dog to the dog park and everyone's sniffing each other's, all the dogs are sniffing.
Everyone was so welcoming when we first got there. Like everyone in there is so incredibly nice. But like you don't know them, so you're just, like friendships in the beginning are like much more work because you're not comfortable with people and you have to kind of get to know everyone. But now that I've gotten to know everyone, it's a lot better. I wouldn't call it sniffing out.
Okay. Remember that employee you mentioned earlier, the guy who works 140 hours a week?
Yes.
I get the impression from talking to people at Mayhem that Dom is that guy at Mayhem.
Oh,
That
yeah.
he's the go-to guy. Like if your coach isn't there, you go to Dom. Like that he's always there and always like
Yes, Dom is always there.
like he's like
He,
a
literally doesn't miss a session. Ever. Like, it's very rare.
Like, so if you're there, he's there watching you or saying something to you, or
Yeah.
and you like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's great.
So,
He's also
so
now like the on-site coach, so he coaches basically like he's helping everyone there. So
and you're in where you train, is it's next to the affiliate?
it's connected to it. There's just a door. It's all one, like it's all in one building.
And do you ever go there and there's no one in there?
Very rarely.
So if you
We've never
go there,
seen
there's
one.
someone there
Yeah, there's
training,
people training all the time.
and everyone in there has games aspirations,
Yeah, for
whether it
sure.
be team, individual, masters, the whole shebang.
Yeah. Like to be in the athlete facility, you have to be at like semifinal level or above. So everyone there is a competitor.
And you're saying that is your engine your big focus? Like, if I walk in there, are you on some running or
Running.
on some sort of machine? You're running.
I'm like Dom always tells me I'm the worst runner in all of CrossFit.
Wow, is that true?
Yeah.
Can't you just talk to Chris Hinshaw, call him, and he
Like
come over
I
and just
swear I run like 3 days a week. I'm running all the time. I am just not like I look like the most unnatural. Like it looks like I shouldn't be running when I'm running. It just doesn't look right. Like I am not a good runner at all. So, it's always like at Wadapalooza this year I got dead last on the beach run.
that looked hard. That
I
looked
was
really
dying. And I was like
horrible.
in last place. Oh, not this.
Oh, yeah, you look
Okay.
at you. Look, you lean forward and run. That's some pose running. Yeah, there we go.
This video was a joke. Everyone's making fun of me for this.
What, because you look back?
Okay, so no. So Nina says like hurry up because the team next to us was about to pass us and I like look back and then I start sprinting. I was
Yeah,
like so tunnel vision.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
she's gonna die that you put this on here. Everyone is making fun of this video.
Who's the girl? Who's the other girl? Nina's the black-haired girl? Who's the other girl?
That's Kenzie. She's on one of the Mayhem teams.
Okay, what's her first name?
Kenzie
What's her last name?
Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. That is enough times playing it.
Wow, that is so funny. You look like a superhero with your glasses on.
And you know what's so great is that I put those glasses on and all my friends were like, "Oh, you look so cool." Like, and I'm like, "Okay, like I look so cool. I'm going to wear these out there." I got every photo back from that event. I look horrible. Like everyone is like, "Yeah, actually those look so bad." And like I saw this video of me running and I'm like, "You guys were lying to me. You told me I looked cool."
No, you look like it. Well, from here in this blurry picture, you look like a superhero. Like you could shoot, if you took those off, you shoot lasers out of your eyes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's funny.
Isn't there, isn't there like something like someone can train you like when you say you run 3 days a week, is it like form training or is it just more, or is it like, I mean, somehow Colton was like a horrible runner and now he runs like he kills. It's not like he
I
runs
mean, I'm
fast.
definitely like when I'm running consistently, I get better, but it's still not like great. I hate it so much too. Like I feel like the whole time I'm running, I just hate it. So that stops me as well because I feel like I'm so mentally bad at running. But yeah,
There's never, when you see a running workout, you're like,
yes, every
Mm.
time. And I'm going team this year, so and my team, like the boys on my team are great runners, so it's kind of stressful sometimes. So I definitely need to keep working on it because I don't want to be holding anyone up.
Yeah. Are you getting better?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And like me, Dom always says like you getting better is getting 30th place instead of 40th.
Yeah.
So it's not as much of like a detriment to your overall placement. So I'm never going to be like winning a running event for sure.
I don't know. Why
Or
not?
even getting top 10.
Really? You can't, it can't happen. Can't just be like,
Unless it was like a 200-meter run into max handstand push-ups or something. Like if there was something that was really good. I'm not winning anything with running ever.
hey, what's the difference between running on one of those air runners and then just running, going to a track and running? Like, do you do both?
Yeah, I do both. I'm better on the air runner than I am outside. I don't really know the exact difference.
And why do you think what do you think shows your shortcoming? Your speed or your endurance? Or
Endurance.
endurance? It's endurance. Yeah, well, you spent 20 years being explosive in a 1-minute time domain?
Yeah. So it's like the endurance, and honestly, it's not even like my breathing. Like, I feel like I've built up my aerobic capacity decently, like, it's a lot better. It's like my legs blow up. Like, my
Oh.
legs hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're like anytime you turn your legs on, it's like, "Okay, we're ready to move 500 pounds." You're like, "No, guys, not today. Don't fill it
Yeah.
with that much blood."
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. Hey, what happened to that, TV that was on the wall back there?
Oh, so the person who lived here before, so we
Mhm.
live at the PT at Mayhem. He has a house, and then they built an apartment above their garage, so we live here, and our friend actually lived here before, but I don't know. He hung that up and then never took it down, and I just haven't gotten to taking it down.
No, you buy a TV and hang a TV on that.
I could, but I don't watch TV so that much. So I
You
haven't really thought about getting one.
you could
I need
watch
to take it
you
down.
could watch podcasts on there. You could watch this
Yeah,
podcast on there
I
at
could.
8 AM, Saturday every morning. Saturday,
Really?
you could watch Kill Taylor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Nina watches those, I think.
A girl should not be watching that show. Not
Wait,
appropriate.
is that the one where wait, no, I think I'm mixing it up.
Every Saturday morning, 8 AM, we give away $500 if someone can beat Taylor in a workout, and then if no
Yeah,
one
yeah,
beats
yeah.
it rolls over to
Yeah,
$1,000 and
we
1,500.
watch those sometimes.
Yeah, it's not appropriate.
Occasionally.
Watch with the volume off. It's not appropriate
Oh,
for
really?
any of Dom's athletes, no.
Yeah, okay.
But you could get a cheap TV and hang it on there. Like
Yeah.
$200, you could get a big TV probably on Amazon. Don't take
Really?
that down. That takes a lot of work to put that up.
Okay. I'll look
Yeah,
into it.
yeah, hang a TV on there. Yeah. If I saw one of those in my house, I'd hang a TV on it immediately. Holy shit, look.
Yeah, it's actually it's an eyesore, but
It's a TV. No, I like it. I like it. I love
yeah.
a good TV on. Shit, those things are hard to put up. You gotta find the stud in the wall and all that.
Yeah.
You know how to do stuff like that? Do you have tools at your house? You got a little box of tools?
I think I have some. I'm not very handy.
No.
I would
Uh,
like to be.
Tell me about Dom and the Jesus stuff. Do you get a lot of Jesus stuff from Dom?
I mean, it's like a huge part of his life, so obviously, for sure, yeah.
Like every day you get a little dose?
I
You ever
feel
you ever
like it's
you
more
ever
in the way that he's no, I feel like it's more in the way that he, like, lives his life and, like, the person that he is that you can, like, see that through him. But no, it's not like I don't know, whatever. What are you trying to say?
So I think you said it. You see it in the way he practices his life.
Yeah,
Like
and that's always what he's
you
told
never
me is
catch
that,
him
like
watching pornography because that wouldn't be the Christian way. But also on the other hand, you don't
no,
he's not whispering in your ear every morning, "Jesus loves you."
no,
Okay.
no.
All
No,
right.
I think that's, like, the great thing about Mayhem is that you see it through people through, like, the way that they live their lives and, like, the type of relationships that they have with each other and all of that, and I think that's why he's been, like, such a great addition to Mayhem because he's been able to show that in, um, the way that he coaches us and kind of the relationships that he builds with all of his athletes. So, yeah, it's cool. Don't like, that's why I think he's been such a great coach to everyone and such a great addition to the gym. I heard
Um,
he sent you did he send you a book or something?
yeah, he sent me 2 books.
I saw them on his counter. He was like, "Oh, I'm sending these to Sevan."
Yeah, he sent me 2 books. One of them's thick. One of them's thick.
He I don't know anyone who reads as much as him. Like, he is reading all the time, and he is reading these long, massive books.
I'm gonna see if I can find
Totally.
a picture of, I'm gonna tell you the name of one of the books. I just took a picture of it the other day. The Gospel of Jesus. Listen, this book is it's like a pamphlet. It's my kind of book.
Mhm.
And I'm watching The Chosen right now.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I thought, "Oh, this could be a good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be like, hey, this is the book for," but it's really skinny. It's like this. It made me so
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
And then there's another book that's like,
That's really big.
yeah, it's really big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can
I know, I was surprised he was sending you one that long.
yeah, it's like, "Come on, dude. You must really love it." Did you see that by Paul Washer? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that's like his oh, yeah, yeah, I think he's giving me that as well.
Oh, shit.
Or, like, I think that
He probably has 100 of those.
yeah, they're just sitting in his room throughout no, no,
What
that's
if
not
What if Dom wrote this and this is just his
Yeah,
pen name?
it's
Paul
actually his
Washer.
book.
That's a fake
That's
ass
funny.
name, Paul Washer.
Yeah. Have you met Dom in person or no?
I don't know. I've been to the games.
Yeah. You guys
So
might be have never met, but seen each other.
I'm guessing that like at some point we interacted, but where he is and where I am, we're both focused on our duties.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, but I feel like I know him from he was on the show and like I see him everywhere. Why were you gonna
You
give me
guys have
some
like a
insights into him?
3-hour podcast.
Yeah, were you gonna give me some insights into him? Like when you said, have you met him?
No, I'm just wondering. I just wasn't sure if you guys had met or not.
No. I'm sure we have. Does he? Who did he take anyone to the games last year?
Well, he was there with Mayhem, so he was coaching like Roman, and I think he was helping out Haley and the team with like Angelo and Sam and Zoe and Molly. He was coaching all the Mayhem people.
Okay. When I'm down there, I kind of gravitate towards the people that I know, especially last year because it was so fucking tense.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did hang out with Jake Lockhart a bit,
Yeah.
and Rich a bit, and Angelo a bit, just down there in the Bellows. Hey, did you say have you ever been to the games as a team?
No, I've never been to the games ever.
Oh.
I've only ever done individual semifinals. I've never made the games, and yeah.
Have you ever been down there as a coach in the underbelly of the beast?
No.
Oh, it's really cool down there.
Really? Yeah. No, I've never been down there.
It's really something kind of crazy. Hey, what are the chances of your team? Who's on your team?
So do you know the team last year that had a girl competing? She was like 5 months pregnant at the games.
What was her name?
That team? Her name was Brooklyn. It's CrossFit 1124. They were at the games last year though, and they needed to replace one girl on their team, so I'm replacing her this year. They're a really good team. So.
And who's the other girl?
Sydney Smith.
Okay, and the boys?
And then Tyler Cook and Riley Good.
And did you have they been to the games before? Did you say?
Yeah, they were there last year.
While she was 5 months pregnant?
Yeah.
Holy
They didn't have like an alternate. That's Sydney.
Oh, and the other girl was the girl that was pregnant?
Yeah, she was 5 months pregnant, so she couldn't she did the best she could, but
yeah.
Obviously it wasn't ideal.
That girl in the pink was her?
That's Sydney. And me. I'm in that. That's Sydney. That's her coach. That's me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that other girl looks just like you. Okay, but that was
well. If you scroll down, I think the next there's like a picture of our whole team. Where is it? If you go down a little bit more, we posted something.
Hey, that's kind of crazy. 5 months pregnant at the games. Does she have her baby now?
Yes. Wait, where's their team? We have a team picture up there. Oh, it's at the top.
And how close is that gym to Mayhem?
It's a couple hours. It's not far. Yeah, that's our team this year.
And what do you drive?
RAV4.
RAV4. Is that a Honda?
No, Toyota.
Toyota RAV4. You have any dents in it?
No.
Oh shit. So you're not a bad driver. No dents.
No.
Been in any car accidents?
I have.
Like
I totaled my car hitting black ice when
I was fair.
Yeah, so that one was I just hit it and my car started spinning like uncontrollably. And then I've like rear-ended someone, I think, and then I've backed.
Shit. Look at Riley Good. She does have dents.
I do not have dents.
God.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
A dent. I do not think I have a dent on my car. What I have done though is I've backed into things multiple times. That's like my downfall is backing into things. Do
you have a backup camera?
Yeah.
On the left, she's an aggressive driver. On the is that a frequent passenger?
That's my teammate.
Oh. Yeah. On the left of Toyotas, there's like a button that you can push, and you turn this thing on. I don't know what it's called, but then if you get close to any objects, it makes a noise in your car. It beeps. Do you have that thing turned on?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
You know
I
what I
back
mean?
into yeah, like, where it beeps, where I'm about to hit something?
Yeah, like if you get close to the corners, there's a button, at least in my minivan, you push this button and it tells you if you're getting close to shit and it goes beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I think mine does do that.
Okay. But you still backed into something.
I have.
Other people's cars?
I have.
Mm.
I
Mm.
backed into a dumpster twice, a car a couple times.
Mm. Anyone's car you know?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
One time my sister was gone, and she drives a stick shift, and I had to go to work, and I called her. I'm like, "Where are you? Like, I can't get out of the driveway. Your car's behind mine." And she's like, "I'm not gonna be home." So she tried talking me through backing out her stick shift car on the phone, and instead of hitting the what is it, like, the clutch or whatever,
Yeah.
I, like, fully hit the gas, and I went full speed into the back of my own car because my car was in front of hers, and I just kept repeatedly hitting it over and over because I couldn't get it to stop. So I rear-ended, like, my own car in that situation. So, that was another one.
What kind of car does she drive that's a stick?
A Jeep.
Do you have to push it? Do you have to push it down to get it into reverse? Is it one of those?
I don't even know. I
Because the
no.
only stick I had a Volkswagen stick, and you had to push it down, and it's
I don't think
complicated.
so.
The first time wow.
I was confused. I could not yeah, I couldn't do it. I thought I could.
I wanna tell you a story about when I hit my own car,
Yeah.
but I probably shouldn't. 'Cause I'll
Why?
say something once on the show, and these jackasses in the comments will bring it up like 1,000 you know what I mean? Like, I told the
Oh,
story one time.
you don't wanna expose yourself?
Yeah, like, I told it one time I was at a stoplight,
Yeah.
and I saw a car a moving truck ram another car and then ram behind it a few times, and then they were fighting as they got on the freeway with their cars, and I called the fucking cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, there's these 2 assholes on the freeway fucking gonna get someone killed." And
Yeah.
now every day, if I say anything, I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't find my backpack." Someone will be like, "Are you gonna call the cops?"
Yeah.
Like, some jackass says it. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, like, I don't fuck you. Got no more stories
Oh,
then.
that's funny. Yeah.
So I wanna tell you this story, but my wife had just had twins. So it was
Uh-huh.
our 2nd and 3rd kid.
Oh, you guys have twins?
Yeah, 3 I
Wow,
have 3 little boys. And,
nice.
um, so I had bought her I went to the Toyota dealership. I'm like, "Give me the best minivan you have, fully loaded." They're like, "Yes, sir." So I get in it, and I come home, and I'm coming home in it. I haven't even told my wife. And in front of our house is our 4Runner,
Mhm.
parked parallel to the curb.
Yeah.
And as I come in to turn in front of it, I just fucking rake the whole fucking side.
No.
Just destroy the fucking right side of the minivan.
Yikes. I'm sure you haven't been able to live that one down.
My wife's cool, she never says anything, but it's the only accident
Good.
I've been in except for, like, I had one ice accident.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
that's why I have a lot of compassion for the ice accident, but holy shit. And so it was a brand new car, and it had $7,500 damage to the side, and to this day, the door doesn't close, like, perfectly right.
Oh,
Like,
you
every
never fixed it?
No, we fixed it, but, you know, they had to redo minivans have those doors
The
that open
sliding door?
automatically and
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Yes, every time I push and open it automatically, I can hear a little imperfection in it, like, it makes an extra sound, even though it looks
Yeah.
perfect, it makes it look it, see? Look it, did you call the cops? You jackass.
That's funny.
You feel any crazy pressure? This team went to the games last year, and now you're the replacement, and you feel any
Mhm.
crazy pressure like, "Oh, shit," like,
Um,
if they
I
don't
mean,
make it?
I think that as long as we don't, like, bomb semifinals, I feel like we're a really good team, so I feel like we'll make the games. We wanna do well at the games, so I feel like I'll feel more pressure at that point. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's more pressure when there's other people relying on you, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any boys what's the name of the gym? 214?
11:24.
1124. Any boys in 1124 expressing interest in you? Like,
No.
no boys flirting with you at 1124?
No.
No. Would you tell me if there were?
Probably not, no.
Okay, fine. And Mayhem must have a lot of nice boys.
Yeah, everyone's so nice at Mayhem.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like, like keepers. Like, okay, like that one
Keeper.
that one could be a good. I could bring that one home to mom and dad.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No.
No. I mean, no. There's no one at me. I feel like everyone in Cookville is like either married
Gay?
or in a very
Married.
married or in like a long-term like serious relationship because it's like a small town.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Oh, do you go to church there?
Yeah.
Oh, every Sunday?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're out there.
Sometimes we go to Nashville. Like Dom goes to Nashville for church every Sunday, but
I could see Dom doing that. Like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go the extra mile to go to a different church.
no, it's funny
I
because
see.
there was this guy he used to listen to who had a podcast who was a pastor and he
Do you know his
loved
name?
Johnny Artavanis.
Okay.
And so Dom loved him. He would always send us his podcasts. Like it was his favorite person to listen to. And then we moved here and he actually was out of a church in Franklin, Tennessee, which is like in Nashville essentially. So as soon as we moved here, Dom was like, we need to go there. So he goes there every single Sunday. We go sometimes. We used to go every Sunday, but the drive was kind of a lot. So we'll go in Cookville, but yeah, this is where Dom goes. Yes, that is him.
That guy's young. Greek guy.
Yeah, he's young.
Oh shit. Look at this.
Okay.
Okay. Tyler Cook, she's off limits at 11:24. She has a job to do. Must keep smoking.
That is my other teammate.
God.
He owns the gym.
All right.
Must be
There's a
focused.
term for this. Us non-Christians say we call it cock blocking. It's
Is
not,
that what he's doing?
it's not a term of endearment. It's not a term of endearment. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh.
Well, hey,
funny.
thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We really unsurfaced some cool shit. The Five Guys thing is wild. The running, the sunglasses.
Oh.
Are you a redhead naturally?
Like my hair color has just changed over the years. When I was younger, I was, but then it got like a lot lighter when I got older. I get like highlights sometimes, but my hair's pretty light now.
Your sister has beautiful hair.
Yeah, my sister has red hair.
Yeah, this is
My other sister is like more blonde.
This is your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is incredible hair. This is like the kind of hair people ask you if you dyed it that color.
Yeah, mine was never that color. Hers is really pretty.
Yeah, she's stoked. That's amazing. You're the oldest of three?
Yes.
Look how happy you are when you see your sister. You close with her?
Yeah, I'm close with her.
Yeah.
Very close.
Is that the one where you took her car and rammed it into your car?
Yeah, that was her car.
Yeah, she looks smart. Like she looks like she drives a stick shift. You know what I mean?
She's like, yeah, she's the smart sibling for sure.
And she's athletic. She's like coordinated. Like
yeah,
she could do this.
Yes, she's got it all.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Tell Dom I said hi.
I will. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Anytime. We'll be watching.
Cool. All
Okay.
right, have a good one.
Do good so you can be my favorite. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Have a good one. Bye. I think she had to go pee.
Yeah, I feel that.
So yesterday I was lifting heavy.
You tell me the number and I'll tell you if it's heavy.
I put what I do? The 45s and 210s, 155 on the bench.
Okay, it's heavy.
155 on the bench. Asshole. I put God damn it. I knew I fucked myself up. I put 155 on the bench and I got a new timer. Set my new timer, 20 minute, 20. I was really warmed up. I was pouring sweat. I can't remember what I did before, but I was pouring sweat. I did 10 minutes of something. And I put 20 minutes on the timer and I did three slow bench press with 155 controlled. And then on the alternating minutes, 3 chest to bar pull-ups with a 30-pound weight vest. And then I would take the weight vest off. And this morning I woke and I knew it was too much. So it ends up being 30 bench at 155, right?
Yeah.
And I knew something somewhere, like somewhere in there, like I knew something wasn't right. Between the pooling with the 30-pound weight vest, chest to bars. I was doing
Right.
3 of those too. I was doing 3 and 3.
For 10 rounds.
Yeah, 20 rounds, so 10 rounds each. Did it for 20 minutes.
And you're fucked up.
I'm fucked up, dude. My like you know what it feels like if I like I don't know if you saw during the show, but if I don't move like for 3 minutes, it feels like it can't move. So I have to like move it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, you better move that. It's about to get. It's like my shoulder has turned. It's like someone put cement in my shoulder, and if I leave it still too long, it's gonna get stuck like that.
Yeah, you're seized up.
Yeah, I'm seized up. Something happened. I've never had that happen in my life.
You have that frozen shoulder. You
Is
have to
that
go
what
to
that
the
is?
therapist. No. I mean, you can move your shoulder. You look fine.
It's fucking nuts.
You got a tingling in your fingers and shit too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
good.
feel other
You're
than
good.
that, I feel good, but something feels
Tin Man.
Then I worked in the yard for like 2 hours. Yeah. It's like yeah. It's weird. It's like I'm not sure. Did someone put Bondo or epoxy in my shoulder? Let me see if it works. Yep, it works. But for some reason, when it's down here, it feels like it'll never lift again. Like forever, I'm going to be like this.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. That's not good.
You saw I did 175 squat clean the other day. Like a beast.
I did see that and I was tripping. Couldn't believe it.
I was tripping too.
I thought you were just going to deadlift it, to be quite honest. I was like, oh, this would be a cool little, like, 10 rep deadlift.
I know it's crazy. It is kind of bizarre that deadlifting 225 for me is like a fucking like I might as well be lifting up the front of a bus to change the tire on it. You know what I mean? Off a dead guy.
Yeah.
When I can't remember the last time I clean 175 or squatted 175, but I was like doing a lift every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just like watching like Fox News or something, brainwashing myself. And I'm just like, I did 135, 145, 155, 165. And I was like, fuck, I'm fucking, it's just about pulling yourself under it at some point, right? I'm just like, hey, I'm not scared at all right now. I'm going to pull myself under 175.
That's when I usually hit my heaviest lifts, when I'm just not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just watching something or I'm listening to something, or usually, or like at the end of the workout where it's like you do a Metcon and then you have like 10 minutes to build to a heavy something. And then I just turn off. It feels good.
I did kind of fuck myself because when I was like, I think I'm going to go for 175, and I still didn't even believe it was 175. I added the weights like 25 times.
Yeah.
And, but I took the time to set up a camera, and in that time, I'm like, I'm fucking myself.
You started thinking about it. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fucking.
This is a lot.
This is stupid. And like I was tripping
like
over
3,000 bananas.
When you're my age, the energy it takes to set up a camera, you don't realize it, but in like when dudes are running like racing marathons, changing direction takes a lot. You know what I mean? Or if it's a little incline or a little decline, it changes the whole fucking race. You know what I mean? Or if you have to make a left-hand turn, that it takes it. Or in boxing, even they say getting knocked down and having to stand back up. Like if you slip and have to stand back up, that little bit of energy, that's how fine-tuned you are. That's what it was like for me. I'm at the age where like the pulling out the tripod like this and putting the camera in there and pushing play might have just taken.
Having to do extra steps just really fucking sucks. Yeah, I get that.
Oh, you want this shirt or my WTF shirt? That was another thing. I didn't realize I was wearing a fucking Bryson Del Monte shirt till I looked at the video. I just put that shirt on in the morning so I could wear it, the WTF. And then I saw in the video, I'm like, I'm going to get tore up for this. A fucking nightgown.
That's the way to go.
It's like
I keep adding like another X to the shirts that I buy. And my wife just starts getting more and more mad at me for it. You're not a 2XL. You're not a 3XL. I'm like, yeah, I am. It's comfortable. And it's more surface area for me to sweat on.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Less on the floor, more on the shirt.
Because I sweat like a motherfucker, dude. I like soak my shirts.
I mean, look at that's a nightgown.
Yeah, dude. It's covering your ass when you're squatting down, which is pretty That's pretty crazy. What size shirt is that? Is that a large?
I guess it's a large. Fuck, my shoulder is fucked up. You know what? I'm gonna fast today. I'm not gonna eat today.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Dude,
to.
I didn't shit for 2 days when I was
What?
driving.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was bad. It was bad. And then I get home, and it's just like it's like Taylor the other day, just pissing out of my butthole.
Oh, are you sick?
No, I feel fine.
Just gas station food.
Just gas station food and just having to drive and sit and not do anything, not move my body at all.
Dude, when I drink gas station coffee, my shit just like every stop I'm shitting.
Yeah. I think that was my problem. I didn't drink gas station coffee.
Oh, okay.
Usually we would just stop at like Starbucks and pick up some coffee on the way.
I'm Mr. Grubb, fittest man over 100. I'm reaching out to notify you that you have been selected to complete an out of competition urine test on behalf of the CrossFit Games and Drug Free Sport International on Monday, March 24th. Oh, thank you. What time will they be at my house? Oh, you're getting tested today. First time I've ever heard of an age group athlete being tested. So awesome. Hey, congratulations.
First thought, aren't they all getting tested? The age group ones are the only ones popping positive, dude.
Oh, that is true. Good luck, Jason. Jason, send me, if you want me to piss in a cup for you. God, do you know how many hearts would be broken if you tested positive, Jason? Yeah. I remember one time when I first started CrossFit, someone accused me. I was taking a lot of creatine. Someone accused me of being on steroids. That was the greatest thing ever. They were probably joking.
You must be on something. That's sick. There's no way you look like that, dude.
So I think I can remember one of the only compliments I ever got on Instagram about looking good. I got food poisoning and I was pissing and shitting myself and didn't eat for 2 days. And then I posted a picture of myself sitting down. Someone's like, "Oh, you look really good. Are you watching your diet?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm starving, you fucktard."
That's right. I actually haven't eaten in 2 days, so thank you. It was like Taylor yesterday. Wow, he looks so shredded. He looks great. Yeah, because he's been pissing out of his asshole for 2 days and hasn't eaten anything.
Pissing at 4 p.m. Does Jason have kids? He does have kids, right?
Yeah, I thought he did.
Because when you're kid, I was gonna say, when's the last time you pissed in front of someone? But like, if you have kids around, it's like,
oh yeah,
everywhere you go, someone's watching everything you do. Can't take a shit or a piss in quiet. Someone's like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" I'm like, "Does it look like I could help you with this?" I'm mid wipe, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, what do you mean? What am I doing?
You want to help me wipe my ass, dude?
What a little fucking space. They try to watch me. They try to watch me pee. Like they get around like a council.
Really?
Are we gonna have one of those? I'm like, yeah. They're like,
Actually, I usually pee
That
better
feels
when
gross.
somebody's watching me. So
You do?
yeah,
I hope they
'cause it
send
comes out a
Jason
lot
like
faster.
I hope they send him an 85-year-old woman. Oh, 6 years in a row. Oh, after the game, 6 years in a row, pants down, facing the tester, not easy.
Like pants around your ankles?
Oh man, dude.
Dude, that's awesome.
Just out here like this.
Yeah. Dude, it's like you're out in the forest just taking a whiz.
That's how it is? Just like that? Fucking. Damn. Look at that's exactly it. It's crazy. Caleb ran away from his screen. You froze. You fell backwards out of your chair and ejaculated on yourself when you saw that.
I did. I had to go clean up myself real quick.
Caleb, you can't say you haven't been that person when you got military tested. Really? For the military, you've had to do that?
Do what? Piss in front of people?
Yeah.
Or ankles, like pants around my ankles?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is fucking ridiculous.
Your internet's all fucked up. Oh, you're in a new location again. Are you at your in-laws' house?
No, I'm at my laws.
Oh, your mom and
My
dad's
parents'
house?
house.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Did
the
you see
worst
the
internet than Starlink,
Did you see
honestly.
me? I pulled my dick out and peed. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay.
I saw that part, and then that's when I had to go clean myself up. Yeah.
I have a meeting today at 9
Oh, fun.
with our YouTube
Manager lady.
Yeah, do you want to be on that call?
Sure.
I could use the company. You could ask her any questions
If I
you
can
want.
get my internet fixed.
It's a trip. Oh, dude, we had someone on the show who was using Starlink and it kicked ass. Chris Cooper. His Starlink kicked ass. What is your Starlink doing right now? Where's your
Yeah, it'd be
Starlink?
I have it in the RV. Might
Is
have
it
to
just
move somewhere.
Oh, you're all busted up. Let me see. You're all busted up, dude. Oh shit! You know what I forgot to ask that chick, Jessica Androsik, if she's ever done a podcast before. Because last night I was looking for any interview she's ever done, and I couldn't find any. And I thought for sure Clydesdale Media would have. I thought for sure Clydesdale Media would have interviewed her.
Oh yeah, and you hadn't.
Look, I'm going to send you this link. This is my I sent you the Google Meet. That's at 9. I better pee before that meeting. Okay, my calendar. Let me see. Jeremy, are you on the calendar? Oh, it is there. Yes. Yes. Tomorrow, John Wibber. Then Greg. I don't see anyone on Thursdays. Oh, Coaches Congress guy named Purr. A guy named Purr is coming on. PER. Purr. And then Jeremy Thiel, old school. TFX guy who runs TFX is coming on Friday.
Okay. Should be a good week.
Oh shit! Is there a fight going on?
Where?
I'm looking in the chat.
There's a scuffle. Yeah. Little dust turned up. It's kind of fun when that happens. It gets a little crazy. Vindicate, what's going on at Hydro in a few weeks?
Oh,
I'm
this
a
is
little
so fucking funny. This is so funny.
Isn't it?
Oh my god.
I love when this happens. My favorite.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, power hour. Yeah, maybe. I'm not doing it though. I'll tell you that much.
Going in. Oh, are you talking to people in the chat?
Yeah. Yeah, Travis, I'm not doing that. But I might show up.
Oh, this is
Never
so
mind.
funny. Jesus Christ. These fuck. Where is that thread? Where is that going down? Is that on CrossFit site?
No. I feel like that's on. I think that's on Metfix or
What is she trying to say that The CrossFit methodology isn't the CrossFit methodology because Greg created it before there was CrossFit. That's like saying that if I took the wrapper off a Twix and put it onto a fucking plum, that it's now a Twix bar. It's like they. Do you think that they made? Do you think that they had the names for the Twix before they had the candy bar? What do you think came first?
I think the candy bar came first, and then they just had to call it something.
Yeah,
That's how I see it.
there's no difference between CrossFit and Greg Glassman's methodology. It's exactly the same. Greg named it that, like it could have been named, dog fitness. I don't even know I don't even understand what the fuck she's trying to do. What is she trying to say there? Is she trying to say that it's not CrossFit? What CrossFit's doing? It's not like, oh boy.
I have no clue.
Listen, if you take
like
the wrapper
so-
off a fucking Twix bar, it's still a fucking Twix.
Yeah.
Are we talking about?
semantics.
Are we talking about Katrin and Annie commentating the Big W?
No, that's pretty accurate.
I don't think it's just them. I think it's her. Oh shit! I gotta go. I gotta pee. I think it's her and Tommy and Brian and Annie and Katrin. I think it's all four of them. Anyway, listen, I gotta pee, and then before my meeting, I don't really have to pee, but I feel like I should get up, and then come back
That's
for
in
this
5
meeting.
minutes.
Yeah. Did you see the link I sent you?
Yeah, I'll hop on there.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Dave normally does his weekend review on Monday, and so that means I'll be back here doing something with that too. All right. See you guys later on this afternoon. Bye-bye.